It's not easy, of course, but it's not easy for a very simple reason. The war is on the European ground. So Europe is very affected. Very affected, first of all, because we are in Europe, in the European continent, and also because of the consequences in energy terms. Some of the most important European countries, and of course I mean Germany, Italy, but also all the Eastern, Central and Eastern European countries are depending on the Russian gas. And so the substitution of the Russian gas will take time, and it's not easy, will affect the European economy. So there's, I think, one of the most important part of the problem is the economic consequences in a continent that was affected also by the pandemic, the recession because of the pandemic, and also because of the fact that you know very well that Europe has two different speeds in terms of policies. Very united when we talk currency, when we talk international trade, but very intergovernmental when we talk foreign affairs or defense policies. So it is not easy to put together the 27. You know, for instance, that to take some decisions on these issues, we need the unanimity. And having the unanimity of the 27, it's not easy. That is not the case, for instance, for currency, where it is needed just to have majority. So you have to take into consideration also these institutional problems that are very, very important.
Enrico, just one more from me before my colleagues come in as well. There has been an enormous sea change, one that you and I perhaps have never seen in the last 20, 30 years in German policy, both in terms of its relations with Russia and indeed how it defends itself and perhaps its proaction on that front. What do you think the ramifications are of that change in Germany in terms of its leadership in foreign policy and how it views potential foes?
I think it was a shock for the rest of the European political debate because it was something completely unexpected. Investing 100 billion euros in internal domestic policies for defense for Germany. It is not something small, it's enormous. This is why the discussion about the future of European defense is very important, because for all of us, having this kind of discussion about defense and about domestic policies on defense can be easier only if we are in a European framework. Otherwise, I'm sure that it will be a little bit problematic to have all these discussions. This is why I pledged for European defense evolution, positive evolution. I think Macron did a very good speech in Strasbourg 2 days ago. I push and I urge for something very new in institutional terms for the relationship with Ukraine and the other candidate countries. Some weeks ago, I launched the idea to create a European confederation, bringing together the 27 plus the 9 potential candidates, so Ukraine and the others, Albania, North Macedonia. I think it could be the only way to welcome Ukraine immediately in the European family without the frustration that the fact that to be part of the European Union will take, I think, at least 10 years. And it's impossible today to say to the Ukrainians, we want you, we welcome you, but please stay out for the next 10 years. They have to be in, and they have to be in something that we have to create. This is why this idea of the European Confederation, Macron launched an idea that I appreciate very much. Monday, the idea, he named it a European political community. But I think it could be the right idea. And you can start immediately, because we can invite the 27 plus 9 countries in an immediate summit, maybe even in autumn in Brussels. And that can be the right way to show European leadership and to present good solutions for the future.